think dads really matter. Dads have a unique contribution to bring to the lives of their children. Mums really matter, dads really matter, and a child really needs both parents to be involved in their lives.
Children tend to confide in the mother a little bit more than the father, because that's natural, but you do tend to feel a little bit left out at times.
And so I think sometimes dads can feel slightly on the outside, especially if they're not there as sort of primary caregiver. One of the key things is, wherever possible, turn your mobile off. Make sure there is time during the day where you're just one-on-one. We all know when someone's distracted when they're talking to us. They're looking the other way, or they're kind of fiddling with something. And I think kids pick up on that.
Always make sure that I take him to bed, do the father thing, like a story, etc.
It's very important, not just to be around to help create the child. I mean, to be around to watch her grow, to be with her, spend some time with her.
Try and find once a week, once every couple of weeks, find some special time one-on-one with your kids. If you've got more than one child, just that one-on-one time helps build relationship. If you've been in that situation where you think, I've not really given as much time to my kids, or maybe you've not seen them physically, you've not been with them, it's just about recognising that, like any other relationship, it will take time to rebuild things. If it's your fault that you've not been involved, then apologise. Take some time out and start the conversation by just saying, hey, I realise I screwed up, I wasn't there for you, I want to be there for you in the future.
Always kind of wanted to be like my dad, because it was fairly successul. He still was like a family man, so he always had time for me, like playing with me and stuff like that.
You need a role model in everything you do. Children, they need the father there. What the father does, the children look at it and then they tend to copy most of those things.
It's very easy to say no, or it's very easy to tell children off for doing things, but actually catching them doing something right and saying, hey, well done, that was really good, is hugely powerful.
He's always advised me the right thing to do, and probably explained from both angles, but always left choice up to myself. So.
When dads sort of get to teenage years, I think dads sort of feel like, well, I'm not needed anymore. And yet the irony is when teenagers really need their dads and their mums the most.
He always knows he can talk to me, but if I sense there's anything wrong, I try and get him to come and have a sit down with me, try and get him to say what's bothering him, and it's got to be like aunt, it really.
He's the one that's drove to Manchester at whatever time because she's not been well, or something happens, and stuff like that. So in our family, dad plays a massive role.
My daughter knows that we're interested as parents, mum and dad, what she's doing at school, which for her gives her a psychological boost to know that her mum and dad care about every aspect of her life.
Whilst they'll tell you they don't want you involved in their life, what they're really looking for is some help to work out, who am I, what am I about, what's life about, what do I believe, what are my values. And so it's a really important time for dads to be involved. Children need to know where the line is. They need to know what's okay behaviour and what's not okay behaviour. The danger is, as men, we go two ways. The one way is we totally abdicate and we don't get involved at all. Or the other side is we become overly harsh, and we become it's very easy for us perhaps to raise our voices and to be a little bit more authoritarian, and you shall do as I say. And obviously, really where we want to be is somewhere down the middle. Whether you're happily married with 2.4 children, or whether it's been an acrimonious separation and you're living in different households, it's important that you try and maintain a level of relationship. You're equally important. You've got a very different role, but you're equally as important. And I think you need to try and understand what that role is and understand how it's different, and not try and be mum, but try and be dad.